Hello, Dr. Mike here today. We're talking about chapter 4 in my book, Becoming Employable. Today, we're going to talk about the necessity for a positive attitude. This will be a pretty short clip, but I like to start it off by a quote that I have on my desk here that I see every day from Albert Einstein. It says, "Stay away from negative people because they have a problem for every solution." Let me say that again. Stay away from negative people because they have a problem for every solution. Have you ever been around people that no matter what you say, they'll give you 10 reasons why it won't work? When it really only needs one reason why something won't work, but they are just hell bent on telling you. I've been around some people, it's like no matter what you say, they will immediately tell you why something won't work. It's another one of those diseases of the mind. They're looking for the negative in every situation. If you want to be successful, you got to be looking for the positive things in your life. How do we go about doing that? How do I improve my attitude? First thing, focus on what you want. Kind of cover them up there. Focus on what you want. If I was to ask you right now, what do you want? What do you really want? Ask your friends. Ask them, what do you want? And most people, and even yourself, if you go to the mirror right now, if you would just pause this and go to the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want out of my career? What do I want out of my health? What do I want out of my relationships? If there was no limits at all, no limits, and you could have any single thing that you want, what would it be? Stop the video right now, write on a piece of paper. This would be your goals, your life goals. Think about what you want out of life. What do you want? Because if you don't know what you want, you're not going to be able to find a way to get there, and your attitude is not going to be in line with what you want. The second thing that came up, focus on the gold, not the dirt. Do you know those people that no matter what, we talked about this with frequency illusion, on some people only see the bad things in life. There is really no such thing as a good situation or a bad situation, unless it's life and death. But you never know in life what is going to be good for you and what's going to be bad for you, because it's about how we envision things, how we see things. But if you go through the day, when you look at stuff, are you the kind of a person that says, it's too bright, it's too cold, the food doesn't taste right, I don't like this, I don't like that, and you pass up all of the good things because everything is in front of you? Could you have said, you know what, I kind of like this one. I pick out something good on this, pick out something good on a report, pick out something good that in a conversation? Or do you go to somebody and immediately start in on complaints, immediately start in on criticism? Go through the day looking for the good things, and you will find them everywhere. Look for the bad things, and you will find them as well. Life is not what happens to us, it's how we respond to it. This one right here is kind of like the golden rule for life. People who think that they are just, have bad luck, is that they really have bad luck? Because, like I have said before, the same wind blows on us all. It's how we set our sail in life. That wind will blow some of us to the rocks, and will blow some of us to a beautiful tropical island. Now, whenever something good in our life happens, what we think is good, sometimes we're not too sure. Sometimes when things bad happens, here's a perfect example. You're driving down the road. You get a flat tire. Some people will curse and scream and complain and this and that. How do you know that because you got that flat tire, that you are still alive that very moment? Because right up the road, if you would have kept going, you could have been in a major accident and had you killed and your entire family. Do you know? You don't. So you don't know what is good. And if you can get to this point and just kind of give it up to the universe, I got to a point where I just gave it up to God and the universe. Whatever happens, I'm going to deal with, because I don't know what's good and I don't know what's wrong or what's bad. So if you can just give it all up and act in that manner, your stress and anxiety will completely leave you. Your attitude will go from down in the dumps to straight skyrocket up because we don't know. We really don't know. Has there ever been anything that's really good for you? You thought, man, I'm so lucky. Then all of a sudden something bad happens. So we gotta just think about things because life is not what happens to us, it's how we respond to it. What may seem like a bad situation could end up being bad. A lot of times I've found in my life that whenever something bad happens, it's almost like I'm just like, oh, there's these lemons. Someone's going to turn into lemonade here very shortly because it just seems to always happen that way. And you know why it happens that way? Because I expect it to. You have to have that positive attitude, that expectation that when it looks like when everything is going wrong, it's going wrong for a reason because maybe you're not supposed to go in that path. Maybe that's not the right way that life is supposed to be heading. Big one here on your attitude. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I'm sure you've heard about this before. You will become like the five closest people you're around. If the five closest people you're around are smokers, more than likely, so will you. If they do drugs, so will you. If they're in college, so will you. If they are athletic, so will you. You will attract the kinds of people. And what is really sad that I found about negative people is they will find a group of friends that they are just a little bit better than. So it makes them feel good. So not only are they trying to do that, but they're also bringing themselves down. So what I'm trying to say is surround yourself by people that are on a higher status than you, people that are better in their careers, people that are better in their relationships, people that are definitely better in their health. If you get around healthy people, you're going to have to confirm to them, conform, or you're going to be out of the group. You know, hanging around with losers, you're going to become a loser. Hang around with winners, you're going to become a winner. So be very careful. You've got to just eliminate people from your life, even if this is family. Sometimes certain family members can be so toxic and negative that the best thing for you to do is just eliminate them. And that's sad to say, but you've got to do it because you got to worry about your life and your family and the things that go on around you instead of worrying about everybody else and hurting everybody else's feelings. And I'm not saying you say bad things or do things like that, but you got to keep a positive attitude. And if somebody is always bringing you down, you've got to eliminate them from your life. Be conscious of your thoughts as well. A lot of times we'll just kind of slide into negativity as we go. So we got to make sure that we are always aware because, if you just sit there, you could fall into like a feeling of a depression. Now, depression is people. I heard this thing the other day. It's like, I can't work out because I'm depressed. I can't get a job because I just feel so depressed. Well, maybe you're depressed because you don't work out and you don't have a job. It's that chicken. What comes first? If you go out there and do some things, don't wait till you feel good and have a positive attitude to do things. Go out and do things, and then you'll have the positive attitude. Most people have it in reverse. They're like, man, as soon as I feel like doing it, then I'll go do it. No, go do it, and then you're going to feel like doing it. I know that sounds pretty tough, but it's definitely the way to. So, as we conclude here on attitude, you've got one chance at this life. So, why live it as a miserable stump? Have an attitude that is positive, go getter, uplifting. Be that kind of person that people want to be around. Don't be that negative, nasty, stick in the mud type person that you're just like, oh, do you ever have those kind of people around you? They just like energy vampires that just suck it out of you every time you're around them. It almost makes you sick. And sometimes it will make you sick when these people with these negative attitudes come around you. You're just like, you feel the energy just get sucked out of the room and it just can ruin the entire night, the entire situation. Eliminate these people from your life is the only thing you can do. Don't think I can help everybody. I can save everybody. I can do all these things. It's not your job to save the world. Save yourself first. Surround yourself with like-minded people and go from inner ring to outer like this. And if those, some people don't want to be saved. They don't. I was just part of a board, and it was like, you can't help people that don't want to be helped. Like, it took me a long time to get that through my mind because I felt like I had a lot of answers. But some people, some organizations, some things just do not want to be helped. It's like the culture is so toxic and so negative that some of these people live in, that they're just so used to it that they're scared to even crawl out from underneath the rock, crawl out of the mud. So I had to eliminate myself from it because I just couldn't handle it on a daily basis. It was just completely stressed me out. I had zero stress in my life until I was in that situation. It made me feel horrendous to be around it. As soon as I would walk into the room, like, I just was filled. I can't stand liars. I can't stand cheats. I just can't stand negativity. So eliminate yourself from it, no matter what it is in your life, because I come to that realization there's only so many tomorrows. And it's better that you learn this as a teenager in your 20s than by the time you hit 50, because you got so much time to do it. And we don't know when tomorrow is going to be the last day. So be positive, look for the good things in your life, and live like there are only so many tomorrows. That's how you live your best life now. Go out there and do it, guys. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.